And welcome to my channel today, Boo Snakes and More. Today we're reading the story I'm writing called Eddie Family Farm Story. So please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And for more videos like this, watch my other house channel, A&A Snakes and Stuff. My youngest son's channel, Henny's Toys and Games. Or my oldest son's channel, Little Chris 10. Now let's dive into the video. Out where the red dirt roads stretch across the rolling fields of Oklahoma, the Eddie family farm had become something more than just land and livestock. It was a living story, one that quietly connected to the strange, magical threads of your larger universe. Brandon and Stephanie Eddy didn't set out to become known online, but their YouTube channel, simple videos of daily farm life, had drawn people in. Not because it was flashy, but because it was real. The kids made sure of that. Landon, the oldest son, carried himself like someone who had already seen too much responsibility. For his age, he managed the heavier chores. Hauling feed, repairing fences, keeping the goats from testing the limits of every enclosure. Kason, the youngest son, was his opposite in almost every way. Curious, quick-moving, and always finding trouble, usually involving duck ponds or piglets. Allison, the oldest daughter, had a quiet connection with the animals. Chickens followed her like she was one of them, especially the colorful Jubilee flock she adored. She could tell when something was off before anyone else noticed. Braley, the youngest, was pure energy, naming every animal, sneaking into pens, and insisting the llamas understood her secrets. Their farm was alive with motion, quail eggs carefully collected at sunrise, chicken eggs sorted by size and color, ducks splashing noisily in the pond, goats climbing everything they could, and pigs rooting through the earth with stubborn determination. The piglets were everyone's weakness, especially Kason's, who swore one of them could learn tricks. But something had started to shift. It began the day they met Jason from Hatchright at a regional homesteading event. He had come to demonstrate incubators, showing how to carefully balance temperature and humidity for perfect hatching conditions. Brandon had always relied on instinct and experience, but Jason's methods intrigued him. They talked for hours about quail production, chicken genetics, and scaling a farm while keeping it sustainable. Stephanie saw opportunity. Allison saw something else entirely. That night when they brought home a new incubator, Allison couldn't shake the feeling that something was different. The first batch of quail eggs went in. Everything was normal, temperature steady, humidity balanced. Until day 3, the eggs began to glow faintly. Not bright enough for the others to notice at first, but Allison did. She stood in the dark room, watching them pulse with a soft, rhythmic light. It reminded her of something she couldn't quite place, like the stories of crystalline fern and energetic eclipse she'd once heard whispered through dreams. "Mom," she called quietly. But before anyone could answer, one egg cracked, too early. From it emerged not just a quail chick, but something touched by your universe's strange magic. Its feathers shimmered with faint iridescence like stardust. Caught in motion, it chirped, but the sound carried a tone that felt aware. Over the next days, more hatched, not all of them, just a few. Layden noticed the goats acting strange, gathering near the coop at night. Braley claimed the llamas were watching the sky more. Kason insisted one of the piglets had followed a glowing chick like it was being led somewhere. Then came the animal auction. The Eddy family loaded up, some goats, a few pigs, extra chickens, and headed out like they always did. But this auction wasn't normal. Not this time. Among the usual farmers and buyers were figures who didn't quite belong. A woman whose shadow moved a second too late. A man whose eyes reflected light even in shade. Allison felt it immediately. "This isn't just an auction," she whispered. And she was right. One of the glowing quail chicks had been brought along accidentally, tucked into a crate. When it chirped, everything changed. The strange buyers turned, the air thickened. Because in your universe, creatures touched by that kind of energy weren't just rare, they were valuable. Dangerously valuable. Layden stepped forward without hesitation, placing himself between his family and the growing tension. Brandon's voice turned firm, protective. Stephanie gathered the younger kids close. And then, unexpectedly, the animals responded. The Jubilee chickens flared their wings, their feathers catching the light like shields. The goats stomped in unison. Even the ducks went silent, something ancient, something tied to deeper forces of your story world, was waking up right there in the middle of a dusty California auction yard. And at the center of it all stood the Eddy family. Not just farmers anymore, but guardians of something bigger than they ever planned. As they loaded back up to leave, Jason from Hatchright watched from a distance, his expression thoughtful. He had come to teach incubation, but now he realized something stranger. The Eddy family wasn't just hatching animals, it was hatching magic. And whatever had begun in those glowing eggs was only the start. Thank you for watching this video and peace out to the next one.